Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Pack grind this, exchanges that. We need a good SBC right now in FC25. What is there to grind for at the moment in terms of SBCs? It's actually kind of sad. If you go in here and look at the player SBCs and the icon player SBCs, I think everything bar one card might be below 500,000 coins worth of value. That's kind of a problem. I want to talk about that today because we may have figured out where EA will release our next big icon or next big player SBC. The key to it is, though, it has to be soon. Plus, one of the player picks that is integral to the grind that we use in this game right now is expiring today. It just simply needs to refresh from EA. But we'll look at today's content and also the FC26 leaks that have just been revealed. We did a deep dive in a video yesterday on my second channel. I'll link that above and down below in the description if you want more conversation there. But we will look at some of the leaks, the card designs, and the pre-order bonuses for FC26. Let's get into things, guys. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Let's cover yesterday's Sunday content first with a free Evo, right? EA is coming back with some free Evos after all of the massive amounts of paid evolutions that we have had recently. There was a paid Evo yesterday too, but we'll talk about that. It is the Sticky Feet evolution here. It is for center attacking mids, max 98 dribbling, max 92 overall. The thing that I like about this Evo is, I know it's June and we're talking about chains, or at least I'm about to mention chains. This is a really good Evo for chaining, especially if there's still like an 87 or 88 rated card that you want to evolve. Maybe you've packed a Team of the Week from the Team of the Week upgrades from the grind and you want to evolve them, or maybe it's from the historical icon or hero player pick. This evolution is actually pretty good for like 88 and 87 rated cards because they only go up to 93 or 94 rated, and that means you could potentially evolve them again. I even think this Landon Donovan here goes up to a 93 rated card, and then he would fit into some more Evos after that, or at least very soon. The dribbling and the pace is what this evolution really gives the biggest upgrades in, and it does give only one playstyle plus. It gives Trickster base, and it gives a position of left mid. So that does open you up for future evolutions at the left mid position as well. If we take a look at Footbin and look at some of the best cards in here, there's a Fermin card. I believe that's his inform. Maradona fits if you did a specific version. Looks like if you did the cam version with the incisive pass, then you got an upgrade for him there. My Diego does not fit. Curtis Jones, Mateus Cunha fits this one. Paul Scholes, Arda Güler, Guderitin. So there's some decent cards that fit this one. Again, it's max 92, so it is free, and it only gives one playstyle plus, but I can see some value in that one. At least it is free. Now, let's go to the SBCs, where we're talking about player SBCs a lot today. We did have one yesterday, and it was the one we expected. Berbatov's SBC here for a shapeshifter hero. It's the two-part same situation as Butragueño. This one's really cheap, though. 84, 86, and 87, and it looks like a fun card to go ahead and complete. And then you go to the evolution, and you see how much you have to pay once again to boost this card up. Now, the Butragueño is super cracked in game from what I hear, and he's 300,000 coins, of course, on top of the SBC that's like, what, 180k or something like that. This Berbatov is 35,000 coins and 200k for the evolution. The card looks good. It's just another paid Evo, and I think if this was happening at another stage of the game, another week, maybe we wouldn't hate it as much, but everything right now seems to be paid evolutions. With all that we've seen recently, even another 200k Evo in here, I just think I don't want to complete this based off of how many paid Evos are out there and still how many more coins I have to spend on paid Evos myself. But this is a good card. Like, I think 200,000 coins is not bad for this, especially if you want to play him at DM. I think that's where he's going to be the best used for this final upgraded card that you get. He gets great playstyle pluses and base playstyles as well. He's got the incisive, pinged, intercept, quick step, aerial, block, bruiser, long ball, and then the 4 playstyle pluses there. And he is 5-star, 5-star. So I actually think that's a pretty unique card and a decent one. But again, it's just another 200,000 coins via evolutions. What I said yesterday on Twitter, and what I think a lot of us would agree with, is if the evolution was free, but the SBC cost 250 or 300,000 coins, they could even make the SBC maybe a little bit more expensive than we would like to see. If the evolution was free, but the SBC was more expensive, I would be so much better aligned with doing this SBC. I would be more inclined to do it because I can craft fodder right now and do an SBC very easy compared to having to spend 200,000 hard-earned coins on yet again another Evo after everything that's been asked for in that stage of the game. So I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but if you do want this Berbatov, decent card. I'm probably going to skip it though because of the paid Evo. Now, the big SBC yesterday was the 93 plus Encore Icon player pick, and it did include shapeshifters from team number 1. We mentioned this in yesterday's video. I was hoping that EA would do it. They did. I'm a little surprised that they did. They took away the Team of the Year icons and added in Shapeshifters Team 1 instead. The hype thing about this, I guess, would mean that next week's 93 plus, maybe it goes to 94 by then. We'll see. But next week's icon pick would include Cruyff and Dino from this week's team too. So that's one thing to look forward to next week. But the problem with this 93 plus icon pick is it is still 8 squads. I know the grind that we have right now, but if you're turning in 4 squads 89 plus, you got to turn in 2 88s and then an 86 and 87. I just don't know if it doesn't feel worth it. Maybe it just feels like too much work to do at this stage of the game, especially with the 1 of 10 historical pick being out here too. Sure, that one does not include the shapeshifters, and maybe once there's a second team of shapeshifters in this with more icons, this player pick will seem better. But honestly, I wouldn't be mad if EA took away 4 of these squads and instead of having just 89s and 90s, throw in a 91 or a 92. We can use 95 rated shapeshifter fodder cards that we're packing, especially as we get guaranteed packs probably tomorrow on Tuesday and on Wednesday. We're going to have some fodder shapeshifters. If you're doing the pack grind, you're going to pack some randomly here or there as well. We can use those cards to make a 91 and 92 rated squad since they're in packs right now and not super packable, but those are the levels of fodder that we're packing, and I think that they could do that and make a higher rated squad, and then it wouldn't be as many squads and as annoying to do. But even though I'm saying this SBC is not great, 282,000 coins is downvoted, the market tells you a little bit of a different story. Take a look at fodder. In 2 different directions, it's gone. 90 rated Harry Kane. They were in the 5K range yesterday. De Bruyne was also 5,000 coins. I tweeted about him and how cheap he was. They have gone up. You can see now 90 rated are 6.5K. So they have actually gone up a little bit on the market as people were doing the higher rated squads and needing some of that fodder. But here's the other side. Fodder like 88s and 87s and 86s are down. And for a second, I was like, why are these cards dropping? Because they're already super cheap. Well, the reason is this icon player pick gives back 8 tradable packs. And they're not all insane, but if you're grinding the menus right now and you have fodder, which a lot of us do, you're putting it into here, you're getting some tradable coins back and tradable packs back from this. And I think that's one of the reasons why this fodder is dropping. Any little bit of supply like that from an SBC that is popular is going to bring some of these cards onto the market, and people are going to try to sell them and get some coins from it, especially if you can do an icon pick and make some coins off the back end of it. That's going to be interesting to some people. So I think that's why fodder is down. It's kind of unfortunate because fodder is already in the mud anyway, and that kind of does hurt some of the investments that maybe some of you guys made over the weekend on like Friday night or Saturday, where 87s were under 2K and they were up to about 2.7 thousand coins yesterday before this happened, but now they are back down again. Actually, some of them were over 3K. Wow. Yeah, so again, they weren't under 2K. They were like low 2K. Yeah, they were really low on Friday night. I think Dybala is maybe more of an expensive. Oh, that's an 87. I need to click on 86s, right? No, it was 87s we were talking about. Anyways, fodder 87, 88s, and 89s went down a little bit, and 90s went up. And I do think that tradable supply was part of it. Honestly, now, unless you're going to lazy list fodder, I don't think I'm going to really say trade with fodder right now in this game just because it is so low. Unless you're going to trade with maybe Team of the Season cards, because if you actually take a look at Team of the Seasons, they're sliding upwards in value, about 18,000 coins. I think this is an investment, though, that we're probably not going to want to make until Thursday when the TOTS tradable pack refreshes. That'll be something we're talking about this weekend for sure. Buying TOTS cards on Thursday after content, and then maybe being able to sell them next week during the week, especially if we get more SBCs incoming that would maybe require some Team of the Seasons. That could be an investment for the future. Now, since we're on the topic of market, let's really quickly look at Shapeshifters team number 2. As expected, they have dropped off a considerable margin. Rodri's under 2 mil, 1.8 mil. Puteas, who I sold for 1.4 plus, actually went to 1.5 yesterday. She's down at 1.3 again. Teo Hernandez is only 632,000 coins. And when you take a look at the icons, Dino 6 mil, Cruyff 5 mil, Charlton's only 130, and Gerard is 40,000 coins. So, of course, these shapeshifter cards, they're going to continue to fluctuate, but I don't think their prices are going to drop off as much as they have from like Friday to today, from Monday now until like Thursday. So if you want to try one of these out, be my guest. Just be careful with holding on to it for too long. I do want to make a quick mention of Shapeshifters Team 1. Sure, some of these cards like Griezmann and Kane have dropped. Olise is down as well. But these cards are actually really good to trade with because their prices fluctuate a lot each and every day. Part of it has to do with they are still in weekend league rewards and they're getting supplied. But like look at Odegaard from 297 all the way to 340 yesterday, back down to like 310 now. 300K for that might not be a bad price. People want to use shapeshifters. Team 1 still has some hype, and once these cards don't get supplied anymore during weekend league rewards when they're getting paid out, so basically after Wednesday, I could see some of these cards actually going up in value a little bit. So I'm not saying you have to buy right now. I'm not saying that at all. All I would say is keep an eye on the market for those Shapeshifter Team 1 cards, maybe the icons too, because that could end up being a good investment. And if you just want to get on the market and trade, make sure you focus on the rare cards. Make sure you get on bids. This Bruno Fernandes just had a rarity spike. He's up 300K. He's a 1.1 million coin card. But look, he had a couple rarity spikes yesterday. It went from 1.1 to 1.4, and now he's 1.5. So you buy one of these at 1.1 flat in a low point here, and maybe you're looking to sell him for like 1.2 plus, but you know, he goes to 1.5 like this, you get a sale at 1.4, you undercut, make yours the cheapest, and that could be a big time opportunity for making coins there as well. Now, let's get into the real conversation that I want to bring up today, and that is player SBCs. If you take a look at the player SBC section on this game, I didn't realize this until I sat down and was thinking about it. It's pretty sad in here, man. Like, sure, there are some fun cards. If you want to go try Marquisio, have at it. You know, the Werner, pretty hype card. Very good in game, and Kunku was decent, but again, we wanted better. We know what that card was flashing back to. We wanted to see more. The SBCs like KDB and Modric and Muller, they have expired. They're gone. It's looking pretty sad in here, man. I think the most expensive player SBC that we have in this game right now is Timo Werner for 9 squads. We do have one icon SBC that's still about to expire, and that's Lilian Thuram in 3 days. But I think most people have already got this card done who want to get him done. And then, you know, 8 squads for Vidic, who's overpriced, but still not even that expensive with how cheap fodder is. It's kind of sad in here in terms of the player SBCs, which is wild when we have all of this fodder right now from exchanges. 85 plus is, again, just like printing all the fodder. My club is absolutely stacked, and I feel like I got to put it someplace or else I'm just going to keep stacking up exchanges, which if you want to do that, it's not a terrible idea, I guess, until we do get a big SBC. But wouldn't it just be nice to grind through an SBC right now, like a 10 to 15 squad icon SBC that would give you something motivating to grind towards? But that's the key. It would have to be something motivating, right? It's been about these Evos this week with the 500K footies one, the 400K Yashin and Czech. You've got the Butra and now the Berbatov. But I think we need to transition back into the SBCs being hype. You take a look back to last year at this exact same stage of the game, we had some pretty decent icon SBCs. Now, some of them were affordable, like this Seedorf card. This was a very, very hyped SBC. He was 400,000 coins when he dropped. You can see a lot of upvotes. He was a very good card in game. 4 playstyle pluses, 99 passing. This is where we were last year, by the way. We were in the PTG and the Make Your Mark promo because Euros and Copa America. What a summer it was last summer with all the content. Some of those SBCs were mad. And these great to the game icons were a part of what made it so good. But we also had expensive SBCs then too that felt, this one didn't necessarily feel worth grinding towards, but it was Cafu. 4 playstyle pluses, 1.9 mil. I think we thought it was too expensive at that stage. You can see the upvote to downvote ratio. But last year in a game that wasn't as playstyle plus dependent, those stats and the fact that it was Cafu, there was a lot of people, I remember specifically, a lot of people that still went out and did the Cafu SBC. Now, speaking of great to the game cards, that's where my mind goes when I think of icon and player SBCs. Sure, EA could absolutely drop a Shapeshifters Eto'o or like a Shapeshifters Lucio. I think Eto'o would be the perfect player for Shapeshifters. They're probably going to put him in packs, but that would be an immense player SBC. Imagine like a 96 or a 97 Eto'o that sure would be expensive as an SBC, but you could like grind for it right now. That would be a banger of an SBC. But here's my guess. I think that greats of the game is going to end up being SBCs or objective cards only, maybe an Evo or two that is dropping during this promo of Shapeshifters, because it seems like EA's trying to add things in along with shapeshifters to make it interesting. You know, we had the Portugal Nations winner cards. I guess that was more so during Ultimate Tots. This week, really, we just have the shapeshifters check, and we have the shapeshifters Yashin. But I mean, to make this 4-week shapeshifters promo kind of maintain its interesting aspects to it, I think they have to add in things along the side. We're already starting to get a little bit bored of this stuff, especially because it's so expensive and everything. But I think these greats of the games are going to be kind of tagging along with shapeshifters. That's my guess. Now, these are the card designs. These are not leaked players. Roberto Carlos and Ramirez, those would be some pretty decent SBCs, though, if those were to be the ones that were released. And especially, we remember the greats of the game from last summer as being live icons. I don't know how they would be live this time around, especially because EA is not doing anything, it looks like, for the Club World Cup, which is very unfortunate because just, like, I made this concept card. Just imagine this. After Ramos scoring, I mean, I know that they don't even have the Liga MX rights. I believe they're coming in FC26 according to some of the leakers. But, I mean, just imagine the man of the match cards, the fun showdowns at the very least that they could do right now with the Club World Cup. Even though it's, you know, some people call it Mickey Mouse or whatever. Like, it's big clubs playing football, interesting matchups, and it would be cool to have content around that right now. But maybe this is the next best thing that we can have greats of the game. So I would say watch out for leaks for maybe greats of the game cards happening this week. Maybe that's going to be a part of week 3 or week 4 of Shapeshifters. All I know is I don't care how EA do it in terms of what cards are dropped. Just give us a player SBC, whether it's end of an era, whether it's icons, heroes. Give us something like the KDB and like the Modric that feels worth grinding, because I think that's what this good menu grind is missing right now. Some place to actually be motivated to open packs and put that fodder other than just opening packs to open packs. So that's my long-winded spiel about why I think they should be dropping some big SBCs right now in this game. I mean, look at my packs. I have 6 82 times 20s. I still have 22 of the 86 exchanges, and I have so many other packs in here like the grind packs, and I've got still some 77 5s and a club full of walkouts that need to go into exchanges or into an SBC. So that's the situation there that I wanted to mention. And let's talk about this grind a tiny bit more, because there's an integral part of it today that is expiring, and that is the 83 plus 1 of 3 player pick. I'm going to build as many of these today before this expires, and I would say maybe do the same yourself. If EA don't replace this and give us an 82 plus, if it's an 82 plus 2 of 4, then that could be really good. But man, the 83 plus just gives so much better fodder, especially for putting into the exchanger. So I hope that this just gets simply refreshed today, but I don't have too many expectations for it. I would also expect a player SBC. Don't know who it would be. It seems like the player SBCs this league must not be very good because no leakers are talking. Oh, Carvajal got a dynamic image. Nice. None of the other player SBCs have been leaked. Like Lucy Bronze wasn't leaked. Carvajal was leaked like hours before, so maybe there'll be a new leak today for a player SBC. But once again, we need a big one, EA, not just a small, interesting one like those. Sure, we'll take those, but it's not what we really want, at least what I think we really want right now in this game. That would motivate me the most. I do think we could get a cup today, or it probably would be a cup. It wouldn't be a league because we had the more competitive league that was last week, and that just ended. So maybe a cup dropping today. The thing I would be wondering about is what's going to be the focus. It was a Evo Elites League. Is it going to be something related to shapeshifters? Is it a shapeshifters cup? Probably. That would just be the guess. Since that's seemingly a focus for FC26, EA wanting to drop a lot of tournaments and stuff like that, I mean, maybe they're going to drop one of those cups again this week. That's kind of what I'm thinking. This is the time of the year where they test a lot of stuff, and we've been seeing them test a few things. I would expect a cup today as well. Now, let's end the video by just, again, looking over some of the FC26 news. Now, if you want a bigger deep dive and some of the kind of Easter eggs or little hidden things in these leaks that I feel like are in there, go to the second channel. We did more of a deep dive on this. I don't want to take too long talking about it, but the pre-order bonus details have been leaked, and it looks similar to every year, but 2 interesting changes. Icons instead of heroes, more FC points, I guess 3 changes. This one for me is the big one too, a Season 1 Premium Pass token from launch. So you get the Premium Season Pass to start, and once again, if you get a token, then hopefully that means a token could mean that we're going to be able to get tokens at the end of Season 1 to claim the Season Pass premium levels for Season 2 and just be able to roll that forward and roll that on into the seasons, kind of like play to earn the premium season pass sort of situation. So again, check out the second channel vid there. We also looked at the new card designs. This is the FC26 gold rare card design. Honestly, I think that looks better than some of the other ones we've had. I like that it's not a triangle. Like, everything has been triangles in the basic designs recently. I like the different kind of cylinder look there with the curve, maybe a wave, whatever you want to call it. Not a huge deal because it's a gold card, but I'll take it. Looks solid. And then also we have this icon design. This is the biggest design change for sure. That is the official FC26 icon card design. And let me just pull up the regular icon design here in Ultimate Team to show you the difference between what we have right now with a kind of a triangle, not quite a triangle, but I don't know how to describe that. I really like the icon design this year. It was a good one. This one's very different. The color of gold, like the shade of gold, is different. And honestly, when I first saw this, I thought this was a leaf. Like a leaf that falls off a tree. Like, that's kind of what it looks like in the shape. But, I mean, it does look good. I'll be interested to see how it looks with the players on top of it. And the stats and everything laid out. But yeah, that's our icon design that we have right now. Speaking of icons, I think I totally forgot to talk about this in yesterday's video, even though it was leaked a couple days ago. 2 icons have been added to FC Online, which, if they're getting the licenses for these icons for FC Online, and also you notice in this post here, they have Beckenbauer and Maradona, I would imagine that Dunga and Bierhoff would be coming to FC26 as well as icons in Ultimate Team. Dunga's a Brazilian CDM. I've got some reading up to do to learn about him. I don't think maybe he retired a little while ago, but I think he actually had a stint as the Brazilian national team's manager. You guys who follow that might have more info on that on me, but I got to do some looking up on him. And then Bierhoff as well as a striker card. German, that's going to be at least 2 of the icons. There were some other leaks saying that EA is testing a lot of icons right now. I don't know how that works with testing icons. To me, it just feels like you get the licenses, and then, like, what is there to test? You get the license and then you put the card in the game, and I guess you choose the cards and the icons based off of who would be the most hype. I don't know. Arjen Robben, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, those are the top 2 on my icon list. So we will see. But since those FC26 things are starting to take shape, we're going to have more leaks and news about those in the near future for sure. But that's the video for me today, guys. We'll be streaming today. I have a lot of packs to rip. We'll end the video with 1 pack here. And we're going to open a lot of these today. Just hit on the menus, grind it up a bit, chop it up with the chat, and have some fun. So 82 times 20. No shapeshifter. That's fine. I got to do a lot of 83+ player picks, as I mentioned, to kind of get rid of a lot of stuff from the club. Probably a duplicate walkout here. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I have so many dupe walkouts. I'm going to build more exchanges, and we're going to rip some more packs today. Maybe an SBC could come that we could rinse into. We'll just have to see. But if you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you had any questions. And, of course, subscribe if you want to. We'll see you guys in the streams today. Have a great Monday. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.